podiums, led for the first time in MotoGP, last time out at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. Brad Binder, fourth on the grid. The South African, 29 points he scored in that brilliant season opener in Qatar, but there's only 20 come his way since, and he's slipped down from second in the World Championship to sixth. So Binder looking for a big day after his early bath in the sprint yesterday.
Yeah, he needs some points, doesn't he? Badly. Finished ninth in the end in Austin last time out, but that wasn't exactly what Brad Binder got on the plane to Austin for, and hasn't scored points in any of the last three TSO sprints. As you say, and as a result of that, he's fallen off the pace now, sixth in the World Championship for Brad Binder. As we head back down to the grid to get a word from the Marc Marquez cab, starting from Polish crew chief Frankie Garcetti for the time.
Frankie, it was almost yesterday. I really would like to know what you think possibilities are today.
With Mac.
Yeah, I mean, the possibilities, I think since Portimao we've had the possibility for, the good one. Just a bit like yesterday, I think the only thing that makes me nervous is, there's still a few patches that with water seeping in places, and it's, everything else is under control, but that's one thing you can't control. So, we'll see what happens.
Frankie, thank you and very best of luck.
Cheers, buddy.
Thanks, Simon. Thanks to Marc Marquez, crew chief Frankie Garcetti. Yes, the problem area in the sprint yesterday with the damp patches, turn 5, turn 8 and turn 9. Marc Marquez not had a dry podium in MotoGP since that classic Australian Grand Prix at the back end of 2022 at Phillip Island. He's only had 3 top 6 finishes since that memorable day when Alex Rins won for the factory Suzuki team. Pecco Bagnaia then comes back to the grid. He knows all about the winning here in Jerez. 2022 Spanish Grand Prix winner, 2023 Spanish Grand Prix winner, went on to win the World Championship, of course, in both. The Marquez fan club, they are out in numbers. They're outnumbering every other rider and some here in their home Grand Prix. Is today finally the day that their hero will be back on the top step of the podium? He's not finished lower than second in the last 3 Spanish Grand Prix as Bagnaia, the 27-year-old Italian. What a sight that is. As we mentioned, there are thousands and thousands of motorcyclists who come from all 4 corners of Spain and all over Europe as well. It's a bucket list event for so many, and they really do whip up one of the most special atmospheres of the entire season. Maverick Vinales sort of had the wind knocked out of his sails after dominating the Kota Grand Prix weekend. Back-to-back TSO sprint wins in Portimao and Austin. Didn't go his way in the sprint yesterday. Felt like only Marc Marquez and Jorge Martin were quicker. But of course, Vinales has a lot of work to do. He's in further adrift than Bagnaia and Acosta. 11th, middle of the 4th row. Big ask for Vinales to win for the first time in MotoGP.
Well, for the first time in recent years, a prettier appear to have all the cards and all the pace and all the performance, but foiled by the weather. Maverick Vinales was up inside the top 3 on Friday and was certainly eyeing a front row start for this Grand Prix. The rain that affected qualifying completely sunk the Aprilia and left Espargaro and Vinales on the 4th row. Valentino Rossi, a former winner here himself, sharing a word with the winner of the last 2 Spanish Grand Prix, Pecco Bagnaia. If he makes it a hat-trick this afternoon, he will have produced quite a comeback. 7th on the grid. He has to stay out of trouble in those early stages. Of course, he couldn't stay out of trouble yesterday in the TSO sprint. Trouble came and found him at the first corner, but the reigning world champion needs to reverse the momentum at the moment, which is all in favour of his chief title rival from last year and this year, Jorge Martin.
6-time MotoGP winner here in Jerez was Valentino Rossi back in his illustrious career. Of course, back in 2020, we saw him stand on the podium for the final time as a MotoGP rider. He's carving out a pretty decent career on 4 wheels for himself right now. And speaking of 4 wheels, a couple of very special guests here this weekend. Carlos Sainz, of course, a 2-time World Rally champion, 4-time Dakar winner here with his son, a current star of Formula 1, a race winner already so far this season, Ferrari. Ferrari's Carlos Sainz Jr. all enjoying this special atmosphere here in Jerez.
Yeah, this really does get the shivers down your spine, the goosebumps on your arms. An atmosphere unlike any other MotoGP at its very, very best. And an absolute sellout crowd for the Spanish Grand Prix. We're just under 15 minutes away now from the start of the Grand Prix. And is it going to be another double for Jorge Martin? Yet to taste the double so far in 2024. Starts from third on the grid, and he's got a serious job ahead of him with Marquez clearly with race-winning potential.
Let's go down the grid then very quickly. Simon Crafar is joined by... Oh no, I was just thinking that Simon was just about to be joined by Carlos Sainz, but not quite ready for what should be pretty special. We just saw that, and we're still looking at it. Jorge Martin, 26-year-old, 18 sprint podiums in 23, including 11 wins. He's going for his fifth double. Did the doubles last year in Sachsenring, Misano, Mategi and Buriram, but he's only ever had one Grand Prix podium here previously as Martin. That was a third in the opening race here in 2022 in Moto2. The fans, we've got a Mexican wave in the main grandstand in front of us. The fans that are in front of our coffee box, we've got a wonderful spot here, overlooking the grid in Jerez. Getting built up for the atmosphere by a regular fan here in Jerez, who turns up into the lights. There he is, right on cue. He turns up in the very distinctive red overalls, and he basically, throughout the whole weekend, just makes revving noises through that megaphone.
With the Red Bull KTM stickers on his megaphone, I think he's a Pedro Acosta fan.
He's a proper cheerleader for the fans here in the main grandstand. I'm not saying that I'd like to be sort of sat next to him for the entire 3 days of the Grand Prix weekend, but there is no denying it, certainly on a race day here. He does bring a bit of atmosphere to the main grandstand here. Very, very popular figure. I've seen him signing autographs and doing as many selfies, I think. I've watched Pedro Acosta here this weekend. Just a couple of minutes away then, we are from the national anthem. Of course, the traditional pre-race ceremony with the race-winning prize on display, and also the biggest prize in motorcycle racing, the Tower of Champions. Will Jorge Martin add his name to that list? 29 points clear in the championship. Doesn't matter what happens over the course of the next hour or so here in Andalusia. Jorge Martin will be the world championship leader when we reconvene at the French Grand Prix in Le Mans in a couple of weeks' time. What a start it has been for Martin. Not finished lower than fourth so far this season. 92 points he's already picked up so far this season. All the dignitaries are gathering then at the front of the grid. Maverick Vinales just taking on some liquid, taking on some refreshment, trying to keep himself cool. A lot cooler here in Jerez than it was here last year when we came in the midst of a proper European heat wave. Ambient temperature only around 20 degrees here on race day today, as Vinales, his first win in 57 Grand Prix in total last time out. He did it from 11th in Sector 1. Well, he's going to have to repeat that performance here this afternoon, going from 11th on the grid in Jerez. Marquez then comes to pole position for the 93rd time in his Grand Prix career. We're going to take a short break now for the national anthem.
This is MotoGP, this is the Spanish Grand Prix, this is the hottest ticket in town on this spectacular Sunday afternoon in southern Spain. And a Spaniard starts from pole position, a Spaniard leads the MotoGP World Championship. They battled with each other at the front of the Tito sprint yesterday. Jorge Martin, your World Championship leader, claims that victory. Marc Marquez is out for revenge this afternoon. Carlos Sainz, a star of four wheels, is here to take in the action. The Ferrari star is the time on the grid.
He is, Carlos. Really curious after a great start to your season. I'm wondering what you think about two-wheeled motorsport, why you like it.
Well, first of all, I'm a big fan of the sport. Since I'm a kid, since I'm 5 years old, I've been watching Moto3, Moto2, and MotoGP all my life. Every weekend that I can, I watch it, and I think that you guys have had a stellar start of the season too. The racing everything was mega, and always enjoy watching.
One more thing, is there riders in particular you support?
Obviously, as a Spaniard, you need to understand that I support the Spanish ones. We also have plenty of them to support, so sometimes it gets a bit complicated, but no, in general, I just admire the sport, the heroics they do on top of the bike, the risks they take, so maximum respect.
Thank you for your time. Enjoy the day.
Yeah, great to hear from Carlos Sainz, Ferrari Formula One driver. Sainz Senior and Junior enjoying the build-up to the Spanish Grand Prix. No question where the leads is like as he walks over to Marc Marquez, just posing for some photos. Great to see him here. Most Formula One drivers actually do have a passion and affection for MotoGP. Of course, Lewis Hamilton pretty handy on two wheels. He's done a couple of PR missions, hasn't he, with Valentino Rossi, a new all-time record. What about that? Thank you so much, MotoGP fans. Nearly 300,000 fans have attended the 2024 Spanish Grand Prix. Thank you for making history with us. That is why we love this sport so much. Over to you, Le Mans. Your record has been broken. Jorge Martin then, World Championship leader, 29 points here at the chasing pack. There he is on screen. Let's get some pre-race thoughts from his boss, Gino Borsoi.
Gino, awesome day yesterday. It feels like it's going to be a close one today. Please give us your thoughts, Jorge and Frankie.
Well, Frankie and Jorge did a really good race yesterday, especially Jorge due to a really difficult condition on the track. Today seems quite similar. Yesterday there is some patches again. They have to pay attention, especially at the beginning of the races. And then let's see. The pace on Friday was quite good, but we know we have a lot of actors during this weekend can jump on the podium. So we need to think about the championship this year. We don't need to make any stupid mistake. And let's see what's going on during the race. I think he has a speed, but if it's possible, we have to just try to don't make any stupid mistake.
Thank you, Gino.
Yes, thanks Simon, thanks Gino Borsoi. Well, so far so good. Jorge Martin has not made any mistakes, stupid mistakes so far this season. Off the podium just once, looking for what will be only his second win in the last 7 Grand Prix since that Buriram Classic, to properly seize early control of this year's World Championship. That is what a record MotoGP crowd looks like on a Super Sunday here at the Gran Premio Estrella de España. They'll buy an air flight leave. That'll be on one of those tomorrow out of Seville tomorrow. Hopefully, with the memory of a fantastic Spanish Grand Prix in the brain as well. Not a spare blade of grass, not an empty seat in the house. Not, well, so much pressure, so much tension. Jorge Martin, third on the grid. Pedro Acosta 10th. And now Bastiani. Let's go quickly down to Simon.
Yes, you know, I mentioned about the tyre pressures yesterday being difficult to predict, you know, what to do with front tyre pressure. A lot of people got caught out yesterday, namely Fabio, you know, top of the list. And today, I think, with this extra heat, it's easy when they're trying to play safe to go too high, and we might see some results from that.
Yeah, thanks very much, Simon. 5 minutes to race start then. Look at that. What a shot that is. The hillside's packed, the grandstand's packed. Are we going to get another incident and action-packed Spanish Grand Prix? Marc Marquez on pole position. Spanish Grand Prix were in 2014, 2018 and 2019. Your front row of the grid then here in Jerez. Jorge Martin looking to build on his 29-point World Championship lead. First time he's on the front row of the grid in 2024 for Marco Bezzecchi. But on pole position for the first time since Portimao 13 months ago. Number 93, pole position number 93 for Marc Marquez in his beloved Jerez. The biggest sporting event in Spain, the biggest sporting event in Europe, the biggest sporting event on planet Earth is about to get underway here. Welcome one and all to the Estrella Galicia 00 Grand Prix of Spain. MotoGP in front of what is a record crowd here. A nation awaits, a nation expects as Spanish hero Marc Marquez starts from pole position. Is he going to end that long barren run, 917 days, without a Grand Prix success? Alongside Marquez, on the front row of the grid sits Marco Bezzecchi, with his team boss, Spanish Grand Prix winner on 6 occasions, Valentino Rossi looking on from pit lane. Jorge Martin goes from the front row. Some big stars with work to do for further down the field. We've got Paco Bagnaia, the world champion, looking for a third consecutive Spanish Grand Prix win here in Jerez. He goes from 7th. What about an Bastianini who slipped back down to 3rd in the world championship, going from the back of the 3rd row in 9th. Pedro Acosta, the rookie sensation, he has lit up the opening 3 Grand Prix of 2024. He's then for the first time, last time out in Austin, Texas. He fires away from 10th. And our Coda King last time out, Maverick Vinales, 4th in the World Championship. He is 11th on the grid. The stage is set. Tens of thousands of Spanish fans are set for what should be a sensational Spanish Grand Prix. Hottest conditions of the weekend so far. Got to be careful, there are still a couple of damp patches which caught out so many riders in that hectic Tito sprint here yesterday, where there were 15 crashes, almost a season's worth of drama and action unfolded in those 12 laps of the Tito sprint yesterday. Thankfully here today we get to go over double the distance, hopefully double the entertainment. Look at that, a weekend attendance of nearly 297,000 fans, a new all-time record in terms of a weekend attendance. Looking for this one, Lewis, this should be an absolute corker.
Should be an absolute cracker, this one. Very straightforward from a tyre point of view. Every rider in the field is on the same combination, medium front, medium rear tyres, with the exception of Honda wildcard Stefan Bradl, who has gambled for the soft rear.
In the Sprint and Grand Prix here in Jerez last year, the KTM blitzed the start. In the sprint here yesterday, it was Brad Binder who got the whole shot. First pole with the Ducati, the 93rd of his career for Marc Marquez. He led the Costa Grand Prix, did not seal the deal. He led the SAT Tito Sprint, did not seal the deal. is it going to be signed, sealed and delivered in Andalusia today for the 8-time world champion? It is lights out. We are racing in MotoGP here in Spain. This time around, Marc Marquez has nailed the start from pole position. Just listen to the roar of the crowd as Jorge Martin moves up on the inside of Marco Bezzecchi into second place. Pecco Bagnar's going to win World 2. He's around the outside of Bezzecchi into fourth from 7th spot. But it's Marc Marquez in front of his passionate home crowd that leads his home Grand Prix.
Just to start, Pecco Bagnaia wanted, he stayed on the left-hand side, just staying well out of trouble into turn 1 and then picked a couple off on the way through the corner. So he's up into fourth. Pedro Acosta coming to the first sector down in 17th place. It's been a nightmare start for the rookie.
Not a great start either, Binder. He got the whole shot yesterday. He started fourth. He's already been pushed back down to 6th place on the pressure of the Antonio. Coming from a long way back. How far back goes Pecco Bagnaia? How did he get that stopped? Around the outside with the slipstream of Marco Bezzecchi and Jorge Martin. Bagnaia means business.
Unbelievable. Already hand over the overtake of the race awards to Pecco Bagnaia around the outside of Bezzecchi and Martin into turn 2. He's now right on the rear tyre of Marc Marquez.
That's world champion skill. That's world champion bravery as well. Audacious, ambitious, but brilliant by Pecco Bagnaia. Absolutely superb. Trying to do like that in last year. It is still though Marc Marquez in front of a cacophony of noise through the stadium section. That leads here in Jerez. Will Bagnaia be trying to get the front very early on here. Coming out towards turn 13 and Pecco Bagnaia so close. What a first lap that's been for the world champion. He's got the inside line though through on Marc Marquez. Pecco Bagnaia started this Spanish Grand Prix down in 7th place. He leads at the end of an incredible first lap.
Legendary first lap, but Marc Marquez is fighting straight back into turn 1, and Jorge Martin is going to take advantage.
They go 3 abreast, Marquez, Martin and Bagnaia. How did they avoid contact? 3 of them almost lost the front there. 3 of them almost down that turn 1. What a Spanish Grand Prix we've had so far. Of course, Bagnaia and Marquez already have history, don't they? So far this season, best marks back to Portimao. But it is Bagnaia that leads, Martin second, Marquez back in third.
3 heavyweights of MotoGP trading haymakers on the first lap and a bit of this Grand Prix. Di Gianantonio is down the field in 9th. His teammate Bezzecchi 4th from Alex Marquez. Binder still 6th as Marc Marquez closes in again on the back of Jorge Martin. Clearly, he was concerned if Bagnaia getting any time back up front and wanted to strike back straight away.
17th early on that first lap for Pedro Acosta. It got worse for the rookie. He took the line at the end of that first lap, a hectic first lap, down in 18th place. He got picked off by Joan Mir and a whole bunch of other riders well later on that first lap. Here we go then. It's Bagnaia that leads. At the moment, the dream starts. Augusto Fernandez has a double on that penalty. Thomas showed the start of his Grand Prix. We'll see a replay of that, I'm sure, very soon. When we can catch a break in this breathtaking start to this Spanish Grand Prix. Through the Ferrari corner we go, in front of Ferrari star Carlos Sainz will be loving this action early on in MotoGP. Sideways goes Bagnaia, he made a mistake. He's got it way too hot. And Martin and Marquez power on through, and now Bagnaia side by side with Marquez. Marquez missed the drive coming out of that final turn. Martin then does hit the front. Bagnaia now in second, Marquez third. MotoGP at its very best, ladies and gentlemen.
This capacity crowd in the rack being whipped into a frenzy by the action at the front as Jorge Martin, now the World Championship leader, takes over at the front. But what a start to this Grand Prix. What a first couple of laps it's been for the World Champion. Pecco Bagnaia into second place. The field's not very much together, although Brad Binder at the moment not quite able to go with this quintet of Ducatis up ahead of him. The GP24's first and second, the trio GP23 is right behind them.
Bagnaia's going to be kicking himself, having come from 7th to the lead with an incredible first lap. He's getting in a little bit hot there as well, isn't he? Down into turn 6 where he made the brilliant move on the opening lap to get through on Bezzecchi and Martin. Through they go into turn 7, third gear, up to approaching 220 kilometers an hour now. Through turn 8, we're on board with Marquez.
mentioned Pedro Acosta, man, who had a shocking start. So did the factory Aprilia. Maverick Vinales in 13th, Alex Spargo 18th. They have got no say in this battle of the run.
It's that inconsistency again. That's why
Aprilia and Yusfia are never going to be able to sustain a serious title challenge, because
1 week they're world beaters and then they just go AWOL at the very next Grand Prix.
Back at the front, Martin, can he resist the pressure? Can he resist the attack from Bagnaia through 13? Yes, he can. This is where Bagnaia ran wide at the end of lap 2 to allow Marquez briefly through the second. Martin did seize the lead. 3 laps completed then here. Unbelievable MotoGP action. Bagnaia briefly with the control circuit.
Frankie Morbidelli down in 14th place. Where did that come from? Fast Frankie just set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix at 1:37.948. Only Morbidelli and Bagnaia in the 37s.
Yeah, as a result of that, the entire field is still virtually together. There's a half-second gap behind Alex Marquez back to Brad Binder, who's running in 6th place. He's got Miguel Oliveira right behind him, who's the leading Aprilia in this race by quite some margin. At the moment, Ralph Fernandez is in 11th, just behind the Bastianini, Miller, Antonio battle, but finally some signs of calm in this race, but I don't think that's for long.
Bagnaia gets really good drive coming out of turn 5 on the Cito Pons corner. We can't get close, but Bezzecchi just in a fraction off, just missing his braking marker by about half a metre into the Pedrosa corner. Here's Acosta there, trying to find his way back through a very congested pack. He's found a way through on Johan Zarco, but at the moment still outside the point scoring places. What happened to Acosta then early on?
Oh, Zarco, and there was contact there, wasn't it, between Zarco and Acosta.
In fact, he's already back with Zarco on the first. That tells you that he'd already messed up the start before he even got to turn 5.
Johan Zarco going full dodges there, wasn't he? On Pedro Acosta, that's a fast corner as well, sweeping through turn 5. Danny Pedrosa. Well, there's going to be no double podium after he inherited the sprint loss yesterday. Bezzecchi on the inside of Marquez. Those two have got recent history as well. Casting your mind back to the final round of 2023 in Valencia, where they exchanged some frank views after they tangled early on in that Valencia Grand Prix. Turn 8 Danny Pedrosa. That's a rapid get-off for the KTM wildcard. Let's hope he's okay. He's walking away from the scene on board with Pedrosa, the 38-year-old Spaniard. Front end there went in the blink of an eye. There's nothing that Pedrosa could do about that. Bagnaia once again is the fastest rider on circuit, 137.940. That's only about 100 though clear of Martin. The instant involving Zarco and Acosta is being looked at by the FIA. Well, the GP stewards, it was right here at turn 5 on that very first lap. Yes, I was just reporting down in pit lane. Johan Zarco fully in angle to the Cito Pons corner. He's going to be blinded. He won't have seen where Acosta was on the outside. It was the contact that made it look a lot worse than what it probably was. But we'll see. The stewards are going to pour over it. They'll have all the camera views before they come to their conclusion. Battle for the lead. Into turn 8 we go. On lap 5 of 25. Thank you. We've still got 20 laps remaining of this Spanish Grand Prix. Bezzecchi there, sitting in 3rd place by far. His best Grand Prix of 2024.
Yeah, the happiest rider in the league will surely be Bezzecchi. He's back where he feels he belongs. The top 3 is his race. The top 3, not only the same order, but in last year's World Championship. Again, surprise so far is the fact that Marquez is back in 4th, having got the start. Unlike yesterday, he was able to lead around the first lap, but he's been very quietly and quickly shuffled back to 4th. He's still hanging on to this leading trio, but is Marquez just going to try and keep his powder dry? As long as this top 4 are still together, he won't be panicking yet.
Martin comes over, he'll feel his pit board. Bagnaia still right on his coattails. Bezzecchi and Marquez exchange fastest laps of the Grand Prix. It is Marquez that's quicker by just 1,000th of a second. Fine margins as always here in MotoGP. Marquez 137.929. Bagnaia, Bezzecchi and Marquez all in the 37s. As much as again to his credit was Frankie Morbidelli, who's down in 13th place.
Yeah, he's still in 13th. That's how fast the field is going at front. As Martin gets a little bit wide there. Bagnaia trying to get the run on him. I think he has got the run on him. Coming onto the back straight, buried in the slipstream of the World Championship leader. Bagnaia wants to reverse this momentum that the Martinez got, but he can't outbreak the race leader. Oh,
that's incredible onboard action.
Martin's knee and elbow
scrubbing the tarmac through turn 6, the Pedrosa corner. You just wonder whether Marquez is going to have to get through Marco Bezzecchi. That's pretty sharpish. You won't want to see these two big type of rivals this year and last year, of course. Here we come then, into turn 9. This is where Marquez crashed out of the lead in the sprint yesterday. Looking back to two-time MotoGP World Champion and two-time Spanish Grand Prix winner, number 1 Paco Bagnaia. Through the Crivier corner we go. Alex Crivier, of course, Spain's first ever Premier Class World Champion, quite rightly getting a corner named after him at this magnificent Jerez circuit. Martin's so good, isn't he, on the brakes into turn 13. That's where Bagnaia has been so strong throughout his career here in Iraq, but there's nothing he can do without the manual race leader. Martin is the lead, and I'm right. A 137.884 from Martin. Fastest lap of this race, and Martin and Bagnaia are starting with daylight between themselves and Bezzecchi and Marquez behind them. Only Martin and Bagnaia able to keep the pace in the 37s on that previous lap.
Yeah, that's Marquez coming under real pressure now from Brad Binder. The problem that Marquez and Bagnaia have got, the two chasing the riders ahead of them, is that there are very few straights worthy of the name here around Red. The longest is the one down from turn 5 to turn 6 that they're approaching now. So as you go through turn 12 into Alvaro 13, there's very little space and time to get alongside somebody before you reach the braking zone.
That should have through the instant review between Zarco and Acosta at the Cito Ponce corner on the very first lap. Bezzecchi's doing a proper turn here, isn't he, for his great mate Paco Bagnaia, because at the moment Marc Marquez has not been able to show a wheel in retaliation to Bezzecchi, who at the moment is just struggling to run the hot pace at the front, and it is a hot pace, high 137. How much longer can Martin and Bagnaia sustain this kind of speed?
And how much longer can Alex Marquez hold Brad Binder off? Danny Pedrosa returns to the KTM box. Just two factory KTMs left in the race. They're 6 and 10. Pedro Acosta is moving through the field. He's just passed Juan Mir up into 14th place, but slow progress at the moment for the rider, second in the World Championship.
Yeah, the prettiest miserable day rolls on. Bagnaia still sitting in 12th place. Aleix Spargo outside of the points in 17th at a circuit where he was on pole position here 12 months ago. Martin versus Bagnaia, that's been a recurring theme, hasn't it, over the last couple of years in MotoGP? Well, that's the story so far here in this Spanish Grand Prix. Just over a tenth between them as we start lap 8 of 25 here in Jerez. We follow Marco Bezzecchi through turn 2, through 3 we go. This is where Marc Marquez, of course, in 2020 had that career-threatening right humerus injury, which is still plaguing Marquez to this very day. Marquez, you just wonder if he's going to sit off the back of Bezzecchi here, just to manage maybe the front tyre temperature and the front tyre pressure. But at the moment, Marquez now, for the first time in this Grand Prix, he has slipped a second behind your leader, Martin.
It was Bezzecchi that was the fastest of the leading four last time around, only by around a tenth of a second to Bagnaia. It almost looks like we're going backwards and turning around, doesn't it, as we come through the Danny Pedrosa hairpin, but Pedrosa, or Bagnaia should I say, can almost reach out and touch Jorge Martin up ahead of him. Martin has shown already this year, back in Portimao, he is very good at absorbing pressure, but there is very little pressure, quite like the reigning world champion right behind you.
He will not meet a more mild man of placid character than Paco Bagnaia, but that first lap was just out of the top draw, out of this world. It was brilliant. 7th to the lead before there was a mistake at the end of lap 2, which briefly saw him back in 3rd place. On board with Marquez then. He powers through the Ferrari corner now. Elbow dragging on the tarmac through that 4th gear right-hander.
Nice speedway style on the way into the final corner. The crowd rises as one to their feet to way past the Spaniard who leads the Grand Prix. An Italian in second, an Italian in third, and another Spaniard in fourth. Back on Friday, Marc Marquez was so quick at the end of his run on very worn tyres, so he will feel, I think, he's got the pace the longer this race goes on. But as it stands, he trails the race leader by just under 1.1 seconds.
Keep a close eye, Alex Marquez in 5th place, just coming into your picture there through turn 3. He's just set his fastest lap of this race, a 137.982. The Moto3 Moto2 World Champion is the only rider currently circulating this 4.4km red circuit in the 137. He's starting to hunt down Marc Marquez and Bezzecchi ahead of him here, isn't he, on the 73 bike. Brad Binder sort of a dozen bike lengths behind the Spaniard. Excellent pace so far then for Alex Marquez in P5.
Personal best for Fabio Gianantonio on that last lap. It's been a miserable afternoon of Tech 3 so far. Pedro Acosta down the field. Augusto Fernandez did get a double on that penalty. He hasn't served it, and as you can see now, he's got to ride through the pit lane. It doesn't rain when it pours for Augusto Fernandez.
Yeah, days to get for Tech 3. They were hoping for a big result to take home to Le Mans, the French Grand Prix at the legendary Bugatti circuit. And next port of call in MotoGP. In the present though here in Jerez, it's a nail-biting race, a game of chess almost, isn't it? A game of cat and mouse at the moment between Martin and Bagnaia. Bagnaia at the moment just seemingly content to be there in second place, having a proper good long look here at the strengths and weaknesses of Jorge Martin directly ahead of him. Yellow flag brings out the first, second sector. Still Marquez cannot get close enough, can he, to Marco Bezzecchi. Bezzecchi's doing a great job actually in third to keep that gap back to Marquez, hovering around 2/10 of a quarter of a second as they power through turn 2.
Pedro Acosta, he's just set his personal best lap of the race to 1:38.3. He's now closing in on the back of Frankie Morbidelli and Maverick Vinales. But any hopes of the podium long gone for Pedro Acosta. If he can fight his way to the top 10 from there, that would be a bit of a salvage job. But not the afternoon Pedro Acosta and his many fans thought they'd be having.
Still, it is Martin that leads, and look at this, he'd be 47 points clear. He's threatened to increase his championship lead here by 16 points. What a payday this could be for Jorge Martin.
What a weekend it could be, a weekend to forget for Alex Spargo, who hit a wet patch on lap 1 in the sprint yesterday, and a mighty high side into turn 8.
Oh, it's contact with Joe Zarco, and Zarco looked like he went down too to me, he did. So Alex Spargo, I think, perhaps a little bit ambitious, and perhaps his patience finally ran out.
Two of the most experienced riders in the full-time on the MotoGP grid. The wide dog heads have been the dust here, haven't they? Danny Pedrosa, 38, John Zarco, 33, Alex Spargo, 34. All in the Gravel Champ, unfortunately. Yeah, Zarco, he is the victor of that, I'm presuming. I'm sure the stewards will have a little look at that one as well. Back at the front then. Jorge Martin, this could be the dream double once again for him here in Jerez. He's never stood on a Sunday podium in Jerez in the Premier Class. At the moment, well on course for that. Bezzecchi, the pace just improves once again. Martin, Bagnaia, Bezzecchi and Marquez all doing 1:37.9. Hundreds, thousands between that lead quartet. The boss looking very happy, looking a bit patient as well. There you can see Zarco and Alex Spargo. This will be reviewed immediately after this 25-lap Spanish Grand Prix. But liking what he sees so far is 9-time world champion Valentino Rossi. Pecco Bagnaia, of course, his star pupil in that academy back in Sevilla second. And Marco Bezzecchi still there in third place. And what looks at the moment like a pretty comfortable third to his credit.
Yeah, a couple of laps ago, Marquez was
Martin's gone down! Jorge Martin!
We thought this year was a new look, a more experienced, a more mature Jorge Martin. The mistakes that he made last year, which ultimately cost him the chance to win the MotoGP World Championship. And Jorge Martin crashes out at turn 6. The front folds on the Prima Pro Ducati, you don't save those. He crashes out of the lead here in Jerez. He crashed out of a 3-second lead, didn't he, in Mandalika last year, which was a massive blow to his title. Still a long way to go in this MotoGP World Championship, but he has handed another gift-wrapped present to Pecco Bagnaia here in Spain. Incredible.
He's been virtually mistake-free in 2024 until then. Pecco Bagnaia just would not give him a corner's rest, and finally Jorge Martin quit.
What did Gino Borsoi say to Simon Crafar pre-race?
This is a race, tricky conditions, we have to finish, not the time for stupid mistakes. And of course, when you're pushing to win a MotoGP race, when you're under that kind of immense pressure, like was being exerted by Bagnaia, easier said than done. But Jorge Martin crashes out of the Spanish Grand Prix, crashes out of the lead. He was going to be 47 points clear in the World Championship. It stays as was already. Another big plot twist, you feel, It's only round 4. What this has done then has put Pecco Bagnaia clear at the front by over 3/4 of a second. Marco Bezzecchi then moves up to second place. Marc Marquez then now is on course for his first Ducati podium in the Grand Prix. Wow. Didn't see that coming. Did not see that coming at all.
And Martin, who came into this race 42 points ahead of Pecco Bagnaia, well, it'll be down 17 if you put the flag out now. So much still to happen, not just in this Grand Prix, but in the season. So it's not a terminal war by any means, but it's certainly a big opportunity missed for Martin and Pecco Bagnaia, knowing what we know about him. Remember, he was the one that took advantage of Mandalika last year. From 13th on the grid when Martin went down. The world champion that Bagnaia is, he will know, he will see me right ahead of him, he'll be thinking to myself, in my helmet, surely I cannot pass up this opportunity.
He has dropped the ball himself on more than one occasion, has he, in the past, Pecco Bagnaia, but what a chance. What a chance to make it a hat-trick of wins here in Jerez. Alex Marquez then now up into 4th place. Keep an eye on Marc Marquez in 3rd. He's just set his personal best up on this Grand Prix. He's keeping himself in those high 137s. Has Marquez just been saving a bit of tyre for a second half surge here in Spain? He's just under half a second behind Marco Bezzecchi. The two Italians at the moment are proper gay clash in the Spanish party, aren't they, at the front of this Grand Prix. Bastianini has just moved up into 6th place, having got through on Miguel Oliveira on the Trackhouse Racing Aprilia. Further back then is Fabio Di Gianantonio, who's up now into 8th. With Aleix Spargo, Joe Zarco, who were behind him. But the clash for Martinez pushed Vinales up into 9th, 10th for Miller. Further back, Ralph Hernandez, Morbidelli, Costa de Mir, and Quartararo now in the points.
Well, they're best friends, but Marco Bezzecchi could be Pecco Bagnaia's greatest ally in this Grand Prix. Marc Marquez does have that late race pace that we think he's got based on what we saw in practice. Bagnaia lost a couple of tenths on that last lap to Marc Marquez, but I think that was when he went wide on the exit of the final corner, got over the curve onto the green, got a little bit loose coming out of turn 13. So I think that can account for what happened to Bagnaia on that last lap. It looks like he steadied it on this lap, but Marc Marquez, you suspect, is the likeliest threat to Pecco Bagnaia, but he's got a 72 in the way, but he might not have it much longer.
Yeah, Bez went wide there, didn't he? Yellow flags are out in that 4th sector. So the pressure is starting to build here from Marc Marquez. Yeah, Bezzecchi with that mistake when he wide in the final turn there. He was 4 tenths slower on that lap 13 than Marc Marquez. That's why the gap has crept real close. Here we go, Bezzecchi into the Lorenzo corner. Way out onto the marbles, he's able to pick up the throttle. Marquez will probably fancy the double here as he lost his exit speed as Jorge Martin. Unfortunately, he's had to do that walk of shame before crashing at the Pedrosa corner while leading. Now they're on board with Marquez. Will pop down Simon very, very shortly. Will stay on board with the 93. On the inside he goes. Bezzecchi tried so hard to top it out of the race. Both of their Ducatis, both their GP23s were snaking there. They were snaking right. They were nosedived on the front end, but it's Marquez that comes out the better of that fight immediately. He's been able to gap Bezzecchi and start now the assault, the attack towards Bagnaia. This is game on. Listen to the crowd. Yeah, the atmosphere, the decibels have just gone up a few notches here in the red. Marquez up in second.
Well, if I was Ducati, I'd be straight away putting it on my pit board. Plus 1 second, 93. Pecco Bagnaia needs to be alerted to this, that Marc Marquez is now in second place. Bezzecchi did everything he could there to keep the 93 at bay, but powered by his Ducati GP23 and by thousands and thousands of his home fans, Marc Marquez has the reigning world champion up ahead of him, denying him from a potential first win.
The key moment so far this Grand Prix. Martin crashing out. Look at the fans. They cannot believe what they've just seen. We certainly can't in the golf. Sure you can't as well at home. Into turn 6 he goes. Trail braking in. Down he goes into turn 6. Tough one to take that one. You know, losing the lead, crashing out the lead in your home Grand Prix. Silence of thoughts.
Yeah, they're on that Martin crash. I was expecting a few of those crashes this race.
but more from riders behind, you know, so that where the temperature and pressure gets higher, the guys following right in the front group are doing a clever job of just, well, they have been following at a distance where they still get a bit of air, and you can see Mark doing that, waiting to have a go, and also Pecco doing that, waiting to have a go. I think I'll just give Martin the benefit of the doubt rather than saying straight out mistake, in that I wouldn't be surprised if we hear that his pressure went up and up and up. The team may be playing safe, and that's the sort of crash they have. Also, did you see Mark hammer the throttle when he tried to get past Bez, and a bit of smoke coming off the rear?
Yeah, thanks very much. That's something it will be fascinating to hear from the Martin camp, exactly what caused him to blow a grand opportunity to write his name in folklore here in Iran. A Spanish winner of the Spanish Grand Prix doesn't happen very often. Nothing really between Bagnaia and Marquez in terms of lap times as we start lap 16 to 25. Just over 9.5 tenths, 38.1 from Bagnaia, 38 flat from Marquez. Further back, Pedro Acosta surely is going to be finding a move through quickly on Jack Miller. This would put Acosta back inside the top 10. And you would have seen Martin go down at the close corner and think, okay, well, it's not going to be as a damaging day to the championship as I thought it might be. Of course, he's still going to do take a flag himself.
The yellow flags are out now in sector 2, so is that someone ahead of this? The yellow flags are in turn 5, so someone ahead of us has gone down by looks of it. We're on Bob with Acosta up behind Miller, but we're waiting for somebody to drop down the order up ahead of us. The yellows have now cleared, so perhaps it was someone just making a slight mistake. Acosta on the inside then of Jack Miller on the brakes into the David Rose hairpin, and Acosta is into the top 10. The bad news for him is he's got 4 seconds up ahead of him for Vinales, but he is limiting the damage.
Don't do that to me, Lewis. I'm getting around now. The old ticker can't take that. Yellow for the we did it. Crikey. Higher than my way in the comedy box. The roar. The deafening noise from the fans in the stadium section here as Marc Marquez is starting to hone in Pecco Bagnaia already on this lap 16. He's found 3/10 of a second. Bezzecchi's still there, can take his picture in third. He's at 1.6 seconds clear, 1.5 seconds clear of Alex Marquez in fourth. Is this brewing? Is this building into an epic battle between Bagnaia and Marquez? So they've already had some fireworks, haven't they, in the Portimao Grand Prix Portugal a few weeks ago. 137.873. This is hammered down for Marquez. Fastest lap of this Grand Prix. Get down to a 6.5 tenths. There's still 9 laps to go.
If you've got some extra speed up your sleeve, Pecco Bagnaia, now's the time to find it, because Marc Marquez senses victory. Hasn't won a Grand Prix for 917 days. He felt he could and should have won potentially in Austin 2 weeks ago when he was the one to crash out of the race lead. Surely the motivation must be sky high for Marc Marquez here, and when you add in the fact that he's on the home soil with thousands of his own fans, with 93s on their shirts and on their caps, cheering him on trackside, Marc Marquez surely is going to go all in here.
You cannot take your eyes off this gripping, compelling Spanish Grand Prix. Through turn 8, Marquez goes. Turn 9 right here yesterday where he bailed out of the lead in the TSO sprint. Just listen to the cheers, listen to the roars, listen to the air horns. You can't even hear yourself think in that stadium section. The gap now. Again, Marquez quicker through sectors 1 and 3. It's down now to under 6/10 of a second. They can barely watch the screens, can they? They're chewing the fingernails inside the Gresini Ducati garage. Nadia Padovani watches on. Is she going to see Marc Marquez take his first win for the Italian team? 8 laps to go here in a tense of the best Grand Prix. Bagnaia is responding. Brilliant this by Bagnaia. 137.816 is now another fastest lap of the race. Not much he's taken out of Marc Marquez. What a showdown this is building up to. Fastest lap of the race for Pecco Bagnaia. Personal best lap for Marc Marquez on that lap 17.
This could get spicy in Spain.
Two of the very best in the world today, two of the best of all time in MotoGP. This is not Pecco Bagnaya's first rodeo. 19 MotoGP victories. Marc Marquez, 59 MotoGP victories. One of them surely is going to take victory here this afternoon. Bagnaia is summoning all those reserves that he's got, having followed Martin for so long and thinking once Martin cracked out the race, I've got this one under control, but Marc Marquez is certainly making work for it.
But second at the moment in a pretty lonely and safe third place. He's got an advantage back to
Morbidelli and Miller having Jack's pretty angry with Frankie by the looks of that.
That's fair to say, that's a very frank exchange of opinion, isn't it? Through turn 5 we go, and a little bit further round we saw the Aleix Spargo-Johan Zarco incident, but the stewards are going to be busy post-race looking at that one. Morbidelli versus Miller and Zarco versus Aleix Spargo into turn 5. Jack Miller was clearly really peeved about that one, wasn't he? Let's pick it up by the back of the crowd, get on their feet, a massive ovation coming from Marc Marquez in particular. Over the line we go, 137.954 from Bagnaia, half a tenth quicker was Marc Marquez behind him, but Bagnaia is keeping that gap to over 6 tenths. Bastianini topping it out with Binder in the braking zone for the first corner. These two went down on that wet patch at turn 5 in the Tito sprint yesterday. This is a fight for 5th.
And the rider that they went down with is also just up ahead of them. They're losing contact with Alex Marquez. Alex Marquez under the radar, having a very good afternoon at the moment in 4th place. He's pulled that advantage out to over a second. Back to the Bastianini battle, and they're squabbling in turn 1. It's bringing Miguel Oliveira back into play. He's currently running 7th.
Into the Pedrosa corner, halfway around this harassed lap on lap 19.
Bagnaia is keeping that gap
at exactly 6.5 tenths.
Marquez having got to that sort of 6.5 tenth margin has just not been able to get any closer. So right this so far from Bagnaia, starting from 7th place on the grid. It's through the fast left. Left-handers, Marc Marquez, he loves it, doesn't he? Through 7 and 8, that's where he gobbles up a bit of time. It certainly is, under half a second. We go then, it is now through the third split on this lap 19.
Surely it's not going to be another duel into the Lorenzo corner. Turn 13 on the final lap. We've seen iconic battles there over the years. Two of the very best in the world today, about to conjure up another one.
My first ever Grand Prix back in 1996 was one of those legendary harassed last corner battles. McDowell versus Alex Trivier. Marc Marquez himself has started in one of those battles, and Marc Marquez sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. 1:37.708. He is starting to really hunt down Pecco Bagnaia now. The gap under half a second, 0.485 of a second as they sweep through turn 4. Lap 20 of 25. We've had Pedrosa versus Lorenzo, Rossi versus Gibernau, Marquez versus Lorenzo. In epic battles, are we going to add the names of Bagnaia and Marquez to that illustrious list? We certainly hope so as neutrals here in the commentary box. Down into turn 6 where Martin passed out of the lead a few laps ago. Bagnaia now only half a dozen bike lengths clear of Marc Marquez.
More than a race victory that they're battling for here. There is some serious bragging rights up for stake here. Pecco Bagnaia wants a race victory. He hasn't won, of course, since the first round in Qatar. He wants to beat Marc Marquez. Marc Marquez wants his first win for years, but he wants to beat the reigning world champion to take it.
The crowd drowning out the noise of these 300 horsepower MotoGP bikes. They sense they are about to witness something very, very special here in Jerez. Are they going to see Marc Marquez return to the top step of the podium? Look how quick he is, look how confident he is on the Ducati through the fast right. And now he's within touching distance of Bagnaia as we're about to start lap 21 of 25. 5 to go here in the Spanish Grand Prix. The gap down to just over 10 successive laps now. Marquez has set the new race record. A 1:37.7 on lap 19, better by 1:37.6 on lap 20.
Well, this does change though now. Catching Pecco Bagnaia is one thing, passing him is quite another. Just as Jorge Martin and Brad Binder in Qatar earlier in the season, he was able to manage it. He is so difficult to outbreak. We saw it on the first lap when he went around the outside of Marco Bezzecchi into turn number 6. But surely Marc Marquez is going to go absolutely all in here.
This is building up to be something extra special, isn't it? Marquez is not going to be close enough to attack on the brakes into turn 6. He's just got to be patient here, got to pick his moment as they power out of the closer corner. They'll flick it left down through 7 where Marquez has been really super strong. Into 8 we go. Is he going to be close enough to have a launch on the inside of Bagnaia? This is the moment, here it comes, into the Aspar corner. Marc Marquez leads the Spanish Grand Prix. Bagnaia instantly tries to find back. They rob going through turn 10. This is Portimao almost all over again on the exit as well. They touch on the entry to turn 10. They rub on the exit of turn 10 as well. Hold on to your hats on the edge of your seat. Have you got the nails left at home? Because Pecco Bagnaia is going shoulder to shoulder. He is going toe to toe here with Marc Marquez. They come out of the final corner. The crowd are on their feet. The noise is deafening here in Jerez. But it's Bagnaia that leads. 4 to go.
Pecco Bagnaia defending like his life depends on it. He desperately wants this victory, but he wants to hold off Marc Marquez. There is so much kudos, so much bragging rights, not just a race victory up for grabs here. Pecco Bagnaia now knows where the attack is going to come. He knows Marquez is going to outbreak him into the final corner or into turn 6. Bagnaia now has to be wary of that move to turn 9.
That scuffle on that last lap, they were doing hard on 37s, they both were back in the 39s, that's how much time they lost. Marco Bezzecchi maybe not out of contention here for the victory. Is it going to be cheers or tears? We're about to find it out. The crowd are going absolutely ballistic in the background here. No question where their loyalty lies, no question where their allegiance is. As Marc Marquez now going to try it again, isn't he? Into turn 9, Bagnaia will hear the GP23 coming behind him. Will he go defensive here? Tight into 9. Here comes Marquez though, and once again he fires on the inside of Bagnaia. He's going to run it wide again though, and Bagnaia on the cutback seizes the lead once again. Successive laps here in Jerez. Lap 21 and now lap 22, where Bagnaia and Marquez have tutted it out in turn 9.
Give Pecco Bagnaia so much credit here. Not only is he a formidable talent, but he is such a clever operator on Magic Catty. He knew full well that move was coming into turn number 9, saw it coming and took it back on the switchback. 3 more laps for the world champion to hang on.
Some race this, isn't it? Some race, some spectacle here in Jerez. The best we hope is still to come. There is Bagnaia, then your race leader, who has shown he's got the stomach for the fight. He's happy to engage with Marc Marquez. Marquez then in second place. You can see that the battle a couple of laps ago costed him well over a second straight away at the back of the line of 138. Brad Binder, personal best of his Grand Prix so far, as he tries to hunt down Alex Marquez for 4th place. Bezzecchi hasn't been mentioned, a lonely 3rd at the moment. Be a good boost over him on the podium. 1.6 seconds he is off Marquez. Marquez nowhere near close to throw to get in Bagnaia's slipstream into the Pedrosa corner. 2.5 laps to go here of this incredible Spanish Grand Prix.
Yeah, Bagnaia's best form of defence here is just to try and pull an advantage out of the first half of the lap so that Marc Marquez isn't in a position to attack. This was when they made contact. Look how much Bagnaia wanted this. Marquez was wanting to turn in. Bagnaia just would not allow it.
There's some Portimao payback here, isn't there? These are two of not just the best in modern day MotoGP, 2 of the very best. Davide Tardozzi, he can't watch. He's got a few more grey hairs in his head right now. As Davide Tardozzi, Gigi Dall'Igna are looking somewhat tense and pensive, stroking the goatee beard, I'm sure, at the back of that factory, the Catty garage. We are about to complete lap 23 of 25 of what's already been a memorable Spanish Grand Prix. It's very much advantage Bagnaia here though, who's trying to streak away from Marc Marquez once again. Over the line again. What a lap! Pecco Bagnaia on
23 lap on Michelin tyres, somehow has found a 137.449 over 4 tenths clear of Marc Marquez. Has he finally broken the 93?
Yeah, he saw Marc Marquez's attack and said, okay Marc, have a bit of this. A 137.449 world champion stop from Pecco Bagnaia. As good as his first lap was, the 23rd and 25 might be the one that wins Pecco Bagnaia's Grand Prix.
He loves Jerez. He's never finished lower than second in the last 3 MotoGP races. He could be the hat-trick hero here in Jerez as it stands so far. He got a lap and a half between, without question, probably the best Grand Prix victory of his career. And he's got a few to pick from as well. You just wonder now whether Marc Marquez, the realisation has dawned on him. He can't go with Bagnaia's late race pace. Is he going to just settle down, batten the hatches down now? We see straight style. Not his style, but it is in second place up for grabs, or is he building and just going, as he often said, full send, all in for one final last lap attack? Is it all going to come down to another correct last corner showdown? Do and Trivier, Giovinazzo Rossi, Lorenzo Pedrosa, Marquez Lorenzo, we've been here and done it before. Pecco Bagnaia into that infamous turn 13. He's got 4.4 kilometres remaining. The gap over the line will be what? Half a second. Marc Marquez needs the lap of his life here in Spain. He's done millions of laps around this red circuit. Now he needs the best he's ever produced if he's to win his home Grand Prix.
Bagnaia's still doing 137, 137.768. Marc Marquez is going to have to surely set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix just to catch Bagnaia, let alone to pass him. And we know that Pecco Bagnaia is prepared to do whatever it takes to keep the 93 behind him.
This will feel like some statement win, won't it, for Pecco Bagnaia? 7th on the grid, almost written off before the Grand Prix.
How can you win Jerez? Hard to overtake from the 3rd row of the grid. Well, Pecco Bagnaia is showing you just how to do it. He manages to get the bike, the Ducati stops into turn 6. Marquez running out of time. Marquez running out of corners here as they come through his favourite turn 7 and 8. He's nowhere near close enough to attack Bagnaia as he's done twice already into turn 9.
He's only hoping to mistake from here. He's still going through this 3rd sector, but Bagnaia is still those 10 or so bike lengths ahead of the 93. The crowd are willing Marquez on for a late attack. Surely he can't do it from here.
I'll tell you what, he's building. Here comes Marquez, is it all too little too late? It's a massive shake there as he flew the Ducati into turn 11. I think it's all coming too little too late. Pecco Bagnaia, Marquez will not be close enough to attack Pecco Bagnaia in the final corner. What a race! What a ride! What a world champion! Pecco Bagnaia reigns in Spain. He does complete the Jerez hat-trick in one of the most memorable Spanish Grand Prix we've witnessed for many, many a year. Unbelievable! A record MotoGP crowd have just been treated to some spectacle. MotoGP at its very, very best. Pecco Bagnaia takes the checkered flag by just under 4/10 of a second clear of Marc Marquez. Marquez did go all in, as we knew he would do. He set his best lap of the race on the last lap, 137.637. Marco Bezzecchi takes 3rd place, but Pecco Bagnaia, imperious, peerless Pecco. What a race! That one is going to live long in the memory. Gigi Dall'Igna, deliriously happy, I'm sure relieved as well that there was no repeat of the Portimao incident between Pecco Bagnaia and Marc Marquez, but how much does he want to hold on to that #1 place? Well, today we got our emphatic answer. Pecco Bagnaia with a stunner in Spain. Absolutely brilliant. What an advert for MotoGP.
You are going to have to prise that #1 out of Pecco Bagnaia's fingernails. He was prepared to do whatever it took this afternoon to keep Marc Marquez at bay. He caught it so quickly that it felt like an inevitability that he was going to pass Pecco Bagnaia. He thought he got the job done, but Bagnaia was prepared to be as brave as Marc Marquez this afternoon. He was clearly as fast as Marc Marquez. That 1:37.4, a couple of laps from home. Marc Marquez set his personal best at 37.6 on the final lap. It still wasn't enough. If we get more battles like that between these two this year, sign me up.
Let's just go to Le Mans tomorrow. Let's get set up. Let's go Grand Prix racing again in France.
What a race. What a race. Congratulations to Marc Marquez. Second place, his first dry podium since that classic Australian Grand Prix at the end of 2022. He pushed Pecco Bagnaia to the absolute limit, but that man did not crack. First, the Ducati Grand Prix podium then for Marc Marquez. That's it for his crew chief, Frankie Carcetti.
Frankie, what a ride from Marc, and I couldn't help but think at the track that almost finished his career, he just did that.
That's incredible. I mean, I think, I'm sure he'll say the tyre on the front went through the, the whole point was to go from the front. So you put the pressure to go on your own, and he got caught out at the start, three past him, and I think that's why sort of second part of the race he came back when he had a bit of space. But it was a good race. It was a really good race.
Congratulations.
It was a really good race. It was a phenomenal race. It was an amazing race. Pecco Bagnaia's first and last laps, and to be fair, the 23 in between was some of the best he has ever delivered. First, as we mentioned, dry podium for Marc Marquez, this Phillip Island in 2022. He is back. I'm sure he's a mixture of emotions, relief and happiness for Davide Tardozzi. What a ride by Pecco Bagnaia. Let's hear from Davide with Simon.
I believe I'm going to put that performance from Pecco in the top 10 rider performances I've ever seen, and I want to know your thoughts on it.
I think what he did on the first lap with the overtake of two riders and the end of the straight, and what he did on the lap record on the 23rd, I think that deserved to win world champion. And he was fighting with a legend like his Marc Marquez, so two great champions that he did fantastic.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Tardozzi. It was not the fairy tale victory. It wasn't. We felt written in the stars that this would be the place where Marc Marquez, after his career-threatening injury in 2020, would return to the top step of the podium. But he is celebrating like it is a win. Since the Jerez Grand Prix here in 2020, he has been through darker days than any of us can imagine. He has been to hell and back, but Marc Marquez is well and truly back.
No question about that. And the World Championship certainly alive after what we saw today. Of course, Jorge Martin, would he have been ahead of that, in the middle of it, or behind it? We'll never know. That battle at the end. But Jorge Martin lost his life this afternoon, and as a result of that, Pecco Bagnaia launches himself back up into second place in the World Championship. 17 points behind Martin. Bastianini and Costa still ripping contention. Marc Marquez now too. He's just 32 points off the championship lead. 33 points covers the top 7 riders in the World Championship. Roll on, Le Mans.
Crisis, what crisis for Pecco Bagnaia, having gone the previous 5 sprints in the Grand Prix without a podium. That was some response. That was high octane, high speed, high drama at its very, very best. Let's come back down to Simon in pit lane.
We've got Pablo Nieto with me. Pablo, it's been a tough start of the season, this new machine for Beers, but we know how fast he can go. It looks like he's on his way back.
Yeah, it was very, very hard, but anyway, I think we was working in the good way. I think he's a rider that is amazing, taking care of everything, so I'm very, very happy for him, for the team, because like you say, it was very, very hard in the first part of the season.
Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, of course, the headlines will go to Pecco Bagnaia and Marc Marquez after their thrilling fight for the victory. It didn't quite all go all the way down to the final corner as we were hoping it perhaps would do, but let's not forget Marco Bezzecchi. First podium since the Indian Grand Prix last year for Bez. He's coming back to his best form as well. But Pecco Bagnaia, what more can you say? How good of a ride was that one? Simon Crayfart reporting down in pit lane. He feels it was one of the best top 10s he's ever seen. He was certainly right up there, wasn't it? Right up there.